Hello, seekers. Wildly of Wildly Tarot here. And this is your Moonday message for the month of October, and in particular, the week beginning with October 18th, 2021. And there is a real potency in the air this week. There is an edge of collective shifting that choices are being made. The timeline is shifting, and we are all so very lucky to be present in this time, to be alive in this time in these bodies, even though I know it feels so intense sometimes. It feels so hard and so heavy to be in these bodies during these times. It's also such a gift and such a privilege to be here and to be aware and conscious of what is expressing itself on this planet, and that we get to have an active participation role in what is unfolding all around us. And so the cards that jumped forward for us today from the Tarot of the Cat People, we first have the Two of Wands. And Wands is the element of the mind and how that correlates to our intuition. And the twos are always about making a choice, making a choice. And in this particular card, it's making that mental choice of, what path am I taking? What is my truth? What am I willing to stand with? What am I not willing to stand with? It is a card of really being clear on who we are and how we think and how we allow our thinking to influence and affect who we are and what we put out into the world. And I'm being reminded that today is also the day here in the United States where, due to mandates, many Americans will be losing their jobs today. There are many people who will be hurting today and this week as they are severed from perhaps their life's work or a career that they've worked really hard to cultivate in this lifetime. And just holding space for that, truth that in this week of choices, there will be a lot of people who are choosing to let go of the way in which they nourished themselves and their families. And in that same space, there have been a lot of people who have felt forced into making a choice that they did not prefer in order to keep some line of work or keep some community relationship woven together, even if it felt out of alignment for them. So I'm just holding space for those two lived experiences in this moment. That there is a lot of heaviness this week on that spectrum. And that's not negating the heaviness that is also present from those who have been ill this week, or who have lost someone this week, or who are going through destitution and hard times. There are all these myriad life experiences happening concurrently in this soup of humanity that we're all a part of. Just holding space for the fact that there is suffering, that life is suffering, life has hard times. And we all share that together. We all move through hard times. And this week, the thread, the essence here with this Two of Wands is, what direction are we taking this mentally? What are we focusing on mentally? So, for example, if you are someone who has lost work this week, where are you focusing your attention? On what is being lost or on what is being gained? Without bypassing the grief process, of course. Grief is a very natural and needed part of our existence, and we need to feel the feels. Well, let me reframe my language. I invite you to feel the feels. The healing really resides in allowing ourselves to feel the feelings as we move through these very human experiences of suffering and joy. And we get to practice internal mastery. We get to practice feeling into what we want to place our focus and attention on the possibilities, on what we wish to build for ourselves and our communities in the future, or on the past and what we're letting go of. And we can dance between the two, we can navigate between the two as we walk on this edge of what isness in life. And it's not good or bad or right or wrong. We're just being invited to notice that we have some power in this ability to choose. And then we're also gifted here the magic of the Fool. So as we step into this week and we progress through this month, as we're heading towards Samhain and the Day of the Dead, and we have full moon in just a couple of days, just recognizing that we're always taking this leap with the Fool card if we allow ourselves to be in the juice of great mystery, if we allow ourselves to walk the path of not knowing, because the truth is we never really fucking know what the future holds. We know our steps right in front of us, and we know our preferences, and we know our fears, but we don't necessarily know exactly what is going to unravel or unfold, because there are so many people who have so many competing choices, and there's so many environmental things to take into consideration. There's just so many moving parts that we can never really truly fully know exactly what is or exactly what is going to be. And this is the medicine of the Fool. It allows us to come back into a sense of playfulness and curiosity. And in that space, we then have more accessibility in the Two of Wands. When we enter that space from curiosity and from an active desire to just see what unravels rather than trying to dictate the direction of what is, that's when the magic really happens. So that is our message for this month and for this week. I hope that it serves you well. I hope that you have everything that you need, and I will tune in with you again next Moonday.